I think those are the big ones. And like acting as a mentor for your kids, or even finding like an external mentor who like if they do show, and this is only if they do show an interest, because maybe they are really into music or something not computer related, but giving them all of the options is really the key. So.
Also, you asked about that, what you can tell them what to do, and I don't know if this is worthwhile or not, but I love taking things apart when I was a little kid. I mean, I'm sure all of you did. So, as a dad, I can see it being second nature to go, oh, here you go, son, take this apart, you'll have fun, it's busted, knock yourself up. And not doing that with your daughter. And just the fact that it doesn't occur to you that she might want to take it apart too. Let her mash the hell out of it.
To the point that like I always got in trouble for taking apart stuff when I was a kid. And like what's going to be more discouraging in getting involved in computer science and science in general than getting actively discouraged when you show an interest in technical things? Like I think that's really the key, is to just be encouraging.
If there's any way as a society to change attitudes like that, rather than like one by one, parent by parent.
I think that where a lot of success has happened as like in the larger scale has been in the education system. One of the things that they did at Carnegie Mellon that was like really intensely cool was when advanced placement computer science switched from Pascal to C++, they had like a summer camp for high school teachers to learn C++ and gender issues in computing. So they had all these high school teachers from across the states come to CMU to learn about, sort of they got them in with the C++ and then they taught them about gender and computing. And subsequent to that, they had a dramatic increase in enrollment in computer science at Carnegie Mellon, again from 7 to 42%.
Could that just be because the women prefer C++ to Pascal?
Possibly, although I don't know why anybody would prefer C++. But yeah, it's a good question. But I think that where there has been a lot of success institutionally has been in higher education. As for what other sort of large social ways of changing this, I'm kind of lost on that one. I honestly don't know, and I lean towards the idea that there aren't, that this has to be a grassroots thing. So.
I think media would have a critical role in like advancing your notion of that you put out there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the times, like people don't like to write about that targets certain areas like that.
Well, yeah, and I mean, how well published was this Carnegie Mellon study in the popular media? What resources are made available, and like to parents to teach their daughters about technical stuff? Like I tried to give you some constructive suggestions, but I couldn't say, oh, well, you should read this book, and there's a bunch of articles about how to get your daughters into computer science. So we done? Pretty much. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Well, thank you everybody for participating.